I really want chicken pot pie, but it can be a lot of calories plus a lot of work, and the ingredients can be really expensive with inflation. So I'm gonna show you my cheap and realistic chicken pot pie that I'm prepping for dinner this week to help me lose fat. So instead of making a traditional pot pie, which takes a lot of work and effort, I'm putting everything in the crock pot and doing Crockpot chicken pot pie. It's high in protein, portion control, and family friendly, and really easy portion controlled meals like this help me lose 130 pounds and keep it off for over 10 years, plus save money and stay on budget. So this is what you're going, but let's get going. These are all the things we're gonna need. 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, and these are 284 milliliters for reference. 1 can of cream of mushroom, and I'm using the low sodium one, but I don't really worry about sodium. This one just had the lowest calories. And then I'm using a can of cream of celery soup as well. Always remember to check your labels because Kyle and I always go for the light Campbell's immediately. And this time we checked all the cans to try to save some money. Not only did we save money, we checked regular cans of soup and we also saved calories. So just because it says light, you might be able to find a different version that actually is lower calories. So this Elmer brand at Walmart had a lot less calories in it and it was cheaper. So we bought all of that brand of soup. We also need half a cup of protein milk. And I am using the Fairlife 0% because it's my favorite and it's the lowest calories. Then we need half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, a teaspoon of salt, 6 medium yellow potatoes that have been rinsed and dried and chopped into bite-sized pieces. We need 1 cup of chicken broth, and I tend to get all of the regular style, not lower sodium soups and broths because I find I have to add less seasoning that way. So we need 1 cup of that, a medium yellow onion that has been diced, 500 grams of shredded rotisserie chicken. This is from a Costco rotisserie chicken, and I just want to show you 1 chicken will do the entire pot pie with a little bit left over, and Kyle and I will probably save this and use it for lower calorie pizzas, maybe like a barbecue chicken one or something. We'll just freeze it. Of course, any pot pie requires some form of crust. So what we're gonna do is use reduced fat crescent rolls, the Pillsbury kind, and we're gonna serve these on the side so that you still get your crust. You're not missing anything out. And we need 4 cups, which is this much, of frozen veggies. I'm using the mixed frozen veggies, the Great Value. We love these, we always have them on hand, so it's a perfect budget-friendly thing that's always lying around. I lost my weight with portion control, so if you want to know more of the exact meals and portions that I ate to lose it, you can buy my weight loss ebook called The First 50. The link's down below, and code Nicole will save you 10% off. And if you want the best dessert to serve with your pot pie, then you gotta get these. They're HTLT Seco bars, and we just placed an order for more. This is the Milky Crisp. This is my go-to for a sweet treat because they literally taste like a chocolate bar, but with less sugar and more protein. Code Nicole will save you 15% off, and the link is down below. So now what we're gonna do is, obviously you need a crock pot. I've sprayed the inside of my crock pot with cooking spray. Now we're ready to go. First, I'm gonna put the potatoes in. Now let's do the milk. Real careful so you don't spill it, Golov. Yep, pour that in there. Get the seasonings, sprinkle a little sprinkaroonie on there, and put your onion, the broth. Now we're gonna put the soups, dump that. Whistle while you work, but I can't whistle, ba 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 ba. And then the cream of chicken. Okay, and then we'll do the other cream of chicken. So what we're gonna do now is stir this, and we're gonna put the meat and the veggies in later. We're gonna just stir all this together until it's well combined and let this cook for a few hours, and then we'll add the meat, we'll cook the crescent rolls, and we'll add the veggies as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the meat back in the fridge and the veggies back in the freezer until we need them. I'm also gonna stick the crescent rolls back in the fridge. I wanna stir this until it's really well combined. And the friends on our channel, Kyle and I get so many comments of people saying, I want to lose weight, but my spouse doesn't want to eat healthy. My family doesn't need to lose weight. I don't want to have to cook 2 different meals. And so they go, I'm just not going to lose weight because I can't meet my goal. Well, Kyle and I cooked dinner for his family at the beginning of our journey, and they didn't need to lose weight, but we did. And we didn't want to make 2 different meals either. So we decided to make the same meals we always did, but we went out and bought lower calorie ingredients. And then when it was time to eat, we would portion out our serving. So it was a win-win. His family loved what we were making, didn't even notice that we were making lower calorie versions. We were loving what we were eating, but we were eating in a calorie deficit because we were portioning out our food and everything was lower calorie. There's always going to be an excuse as to why you can't meet your goals. Kyle and I learned our job is to figure out an easy way to eliminate the excuse and set ourselves up for success so we can stay on track. Making meals like this, that's what did it for us. Okay, so this looks really good. Everything is nice and combined now. I'm going to cover and turn it on high. You could cook it on low, but Kyle and I are impatient, so we're gonna cook it on high for 3 hours, and then we're gonna come back and add the chicken and the frozen veg, and we'll cook the crescent rolls while the veg are cooking. Okay, it's been 3 hours, and this looks amazing. So let's take a look. It is ready to go. 3 hours on high was perfect for our crock pot. The potatoes are super tender. So we're gonna add the 500 grams of rotisserie chicken. Let's just add that right in there. I love rotisserie chicken. 1, it's already done for you. There's no work. You literally just have to shred it. And 2, it's super cheap, especially if you buy it from Costco. Fresh chicken, especially where we live in Canada, it's really expensive. But Costco chicken, it makes like huge amounts of meals. We're gonna be making 6 meals out of this, and it's really cheap and quick and tasty. So now I'm gonna add the veggies, and this is the 4 cups of frozen mixed veg. Stir this all together. Frozen veggies are super budget friendly, and there's no chopping or peeling, so it saves you a lot of work and it's cost efficient. What I love about Crockpot meals, you wake up in the morning, dump everything in one pot, go about your day, and by the time you're done and it's time for dinner, you have an amazing, tasty meal that everyone, including yourself, wants to eat, and you didn't do any work to have it done. That eliminates any excuse. And because we portion it out, we're eating in a calorie deficit, so it's presto changeo. I'm gonna cover this now, leave it on high for about half an hour until the veggies are heated all the way through, and then we'll divide it up into the portions, and I'll show you the exact portions that I use. I've got some meal prep containers here that I'm gonna divide it into. I've got 6 of them. I'm making 3 meals for me, 3 for Sassy, and we got these from Walmart. Now what I've got to do while the veg are cooking, we're gonna make our crescent rolls. And I love using the crescent roll because this is a perfect low calorie crust for our chicken pot pie. So you still get the crust, but just less calories. So what I'm gonna do is, it said preheat the oven to 375. So the oven's preheating, and I've got a baking sheet lined with foil and sprayed with cooking spray. So it says do like the separating thing, and then we're gonna cook it for 10 to 13 minutes until golden brown. So we'll find the little thing here. Does anyone else always get like nervous? Yes. Right. I still always do it even though I know I'm expecting it. That little pop that it does. So this makes 8 crescent rolls, and we're only gonna need 6, 1 for each serving. What I'm gonna do with the last 2 is put them in the freezer for a future meal, because they're perfect to go along the side of like a soup and a salad meal, or if we're doing a bag salad with some sort of like cooked chicken or something, that would be perfect to serve on the side. So I'm just gonna roll these up and bake all of them. And then the other two will go in the freezer.
That's cool. Even I haven't worked with this stuff too much, so they come like pre-shaped and you just roll them up.
That's what I love about these. Like, this is so quick and easy. And the longer that Kyle and I keep our weight off, the more we realize time is a huge thing. We want our meals to be super quick and easy. We don't want to have to be spending a lot of time all day worrying about our meal plans or meals, because everybody works. Everybody has long, busy days. No one wants to be cooking hours when they get home from work or even be worrying about what they're gonna make. So this is why we set ourselves up for success by making really tasty meals that are super quick and easy, and most of it's done for you, like the rotisserie chicken, the veggies, the crescent rolls. So once the oven is fully preheated, I'm gonna pop these in. I'll cook them for 10 to 13 minutes like the box said, and then they'll be ready for when our pot pie's done. Okay, so it's been half an hour. It is ready to go. The veggies are cooked through. So I'm gonna turn the heat off. So I've got 4 containers and 2 bowls because Kyle and I are gonna have it for dinner tonight. And then I have the crescent rolls heated. I have the crescent rolls cooling on this rack. They took 10 minutes. I've got a bag to freeze the 2 and then a container to put the 4 of them. That's gonna be left over. So let's divide this up. I'm gonna start with 1 cup. That's how I always start dividing my portions. I'm gonna put 1 cup in each container and then I'll go from there. Okay, so I've done a cup in each container. I'm now gonna portion out another half cup and keep going until our portions are all divided up. Okay, so we've done a cup and a half, but there's still lots left over. So I'm gonna go in with a 1/3 cup now.
This is an amazing size for the serving.
Yes, it is. And that's what we're always trying to do. Aside from making really quick, easy meals, we're also trying to make them high volume because we have big appetites and it is normal to be hungry when you're eating in a calorie deficit. So we're always looking to make really high volume meals as well. That way you can feel like you're eating a lot and full, even though you're eating in a deficit. So that looks pretty good. It'll be about, let's say, another little spoonful. So I'm just so a heaping 1 3/4 cups is going to be the serving. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a spoon in each to divide up the rest. And then I'll show you about the crescent rolls. Okay, so I am putting a crescent roll on each dish, 1 for me and 1 for Kyle. And that'll be our dinner for tonight. And then for the other 4 meals, what I'm gonna do is put the crescent rolls in here to prevent them from getting soggy. So I'll just store them in this container and put them in the fridge. And then we'll pull from it throughout the week when we eat the other meals. And then these 2 leftover crescent rolls, I'm gonna put in this Ziploc bag and put in the freezer for a future meal like I mentioned earlier. So this makes 6 meals. These will be good in the fridge up to 5 days, and we reheat them in the microwave for about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on the microwave. And then if we freeze them, what we do is we let them cool, cover them, put them in the freezer, and then we'll pull them out and thaw them in the fridge overnight and then just reheat them the next day. And I always would freeze the crescent rolls separately, otherwise they would get soggy. So calories for this, then we'll do a taste test, is 489 calories for including the crescent roll. That's amazing.
And these bowls are huge.
These are massive, yes. 489 calories, 12 grams of fat, 66 grams of carbs, and 29 grams of protein.
Whoa, that's great.
Yes, okay, so I gotta take a bite of this. It's super hearty too, like, Oh, everything is cooked so perfect. It's super tasty and full of flavor. And then you gotta dip this right in there. Oh yeah, bud. Let's suck it up. It's delicious. Thanks for watching. Peace, buddy.
See ya.
Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.